All right guys, so I'm getting off about a 21 hour fast, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to break my fast. But to give you a quick update, I just got my testosterone levels checked and I did a full body analysis that I wanna show you. So my body analysis says that I have about 17.9% body fat. So for guys, if you didn't know, you need to get down to at least 15% body fat to see your abs and basically have those chiseled abs. So at 17.9, you can see the abs coming through. There's a lot of adipose tissue still that is basically a little blanket or a cover for my abs. So maybe that might be due to my testosterone levels being low, because as you know, I'm 36 now. Right around 30, your testosterone starts to drop. So it's hard to lose weight, it's hard to build muscle. Your energy levels start going down, your mental clarity goes down, a whole slew of things. So I want to see if my testosterone's low because I'm still working out, I'm still doing fasting, but I still have a lot of body fat. So I want to see exactly what my T levels are. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do to break my 20-hour fast, Thomas DeLowry on YouTube, amazing personal trainer, millions of subscribers. He always recommends breaking your fast with bone broth and always doing two things: protein and high fat, and even fiber, no carbs. So always doing it wrong. I was always doing rice and bread, and basically ruining what I was trying to build with my fast was putting my body in a high fat burn zone. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to do something that is high fat. Let me just show you. So what I'm gonna do, I'm over here at my brother's house. I'm gonna make some decaf coffee here, and because I'm trying to get off caffeine, and also I'm gonna be doing some coconut oil in that coffee to satiate my hunger so I don't overeat. And my brother here is gonna get us some high protein with the eggs, and also, what'd you make last night?
Grass-fed butter with eggs, avocado. Last night I made beef ribs.
All right, last night I made beef ribs.
And I also do my own homemade sourdough bread. Sourdough bread is great, probiotic. It's on the low glycemic index, which is awesome. So hopefully we won't get that insulin spike. But like my brother was saying, when we break our fast, we don't want to eat a bunch of carbs and overeat because our body's gonna hang on to it. So we want to do like a high fat, high protein. Very important to have high protein, 1 gram to 1.5 grams per body weight, keeping our muscle elevated, skeletal muscles healthy, all these things for longevity.
All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do to break my fast is high fats. So olive oil, we got this in Paso Robles, basically Central California, where they do a lot of wine country. My grandma used to live there. We used to go wine tasting all the time. But naturally sourced olives. So you wanna do about an ounce. So Brian Johnson, the guy who's spending $2 million a year to reverse his biological age, he does this 3 times a day. And the reason why he's doing it is because there's a certain compound in olive oil, as well as avocados and other fats, that is called linolenic acid. Linolenic? I don't know. But anyways, what that does is it turns on longevity markers that basically are gene markers for your longevity. So it slows down the rate of aging. It makes you feel and even act more youthful. So you have a lot more energy, and it basically is a DNA protector. So here we go. All right, so cheers to us.
To health.
To health.
This is high quality olive oil.
Yeah, I can taste
the peppery
I can
taste at the end.
Feels Grass-fed, GMO-free.
Fair trade.
Fair trade, gluten-free, calorie-free, everything free. So Brian Johnson actually did a video with Steve Aoki where he was basically putting him through the day in the life. The first thing he did when Steve Aoki got to his house, he gave him a shot of olive oil because he does it 3 times a day. So the next thing I'm gonna do, my brother made amazing sourdough bread, which is really good for your gut health, but I can't do the carbs because you don't want to spike that glycemic rise, or basically spike your blood sugars too high after a fast. You want to go with high fats, high protein, and some type of fiber, like salad or some type of veggie. All right, so next I got my decaf coffee. I'm gonna put in natural coconut oil from Costco and mix it up into my coffee. I call it my keto coffee. So again, sticking with the trend of natural oils with the olive oils, with the coconut oil, and also this little guy over here, our avocado. Very rich in linolenic acid to activate my longevity genes. All right, so, doing my keto coffee here. We got the coconut oil. I'm not too precise, I just take a big scoop like that, throw it in, just mix it around. The best thing to do is use one of those mixers, and just really mix it up. I got one right here. This one's really powerful. No, I'm just kidding. So I have to watch out. Back up, Tare. put in reverse. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Oh crap. Okay, I'm probably go to the sink to do this. But next thing we're gonna do is put avocado inside the cup. I'm just kidding, we're not gonna do that. Just take a huge bite. I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's mix it up. Follow me. Ah! All right, there we
Just
go.
waste half the coffee.
All right, now that I just wasted half the coffee, it's time to drink. I probably should have done this in a mason jar. Man, it's like a natural creamer. I can taste the coconuts in it. It's really good. I usually don't do creamer anymore, but it's actually really good. Another thing my brother does is actually put rosemary in here. It tastes very interesting. It actually tastes very like therapeutic, almost holistic, like my day spa. And then another thing I'll do is probably put some like salt in there, Himalayan sea salt, because Dr. Huberman always says you gotta supplement with salt for your brain health. And I think that's about it. All right, so another thing my brother likes to do is Himalayan sea salt and rosemary into the coffee, because as you know from Dr. Huberman, salt supplementation in water is actually very beneficial for your electrolytes and brain health. So the trick is you don't need a lot of caffeine. So I'm doing decaf. Dr. Huberman recommends if you feel tired in that evening or that afternoon slump, just use some salt and water or salt and coffee. Now, what does the rosemary do?
Rosemary just adds a nice little touch to your coffee.
Okay, it's a nice little touch.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Oh man, Squidward. Okay.
That's good.
All right, tink. All right, guys, there you have it. High oil coffee. We did olive oil. I got some nice salt and some rosemary. Next is the high protein to break the fast. And no carbs. Gotta stay away from that delicious sourdough bread. All right, so next we got the avocados. We can put this with our eggs. We can put it with the beef ribs you just made last night. Oh man.
Oh, you can put a little salt on it. Because we're fasting 20 hours, we need those salt for the electrolytes.
For the brain health, cognition.
Yeah. Drink a lot of water, so go to the bathroom a lot, and we want to flush out the natural electrolytes. Here we go, breaking our 20-hour fast.
Breaking the 28-hour fast. Actually not that bad. It's really good. Honestly, anything with salt is really good for you.
I know.
And anything deep fried too, right? But man, one of the craziest things, who was talking about that? I think it was the Dave Asprey, the guy who founded Bulletproof Coffee. He was saying that anytime you eat something fried, the inflammation markers inside your body, they last, I think it was like 3 to up to 5 days after. Don't quote me on this, but it's at least a few days after inflammatory response. And man, I eat fries all the time when I travel, and then fish and chips, right? Fried chicken. And so after that, I'm like, I didn't stop it immediately, but I was like more cognizant, and I skipped a few of them. A few times there was fries and asked for like other things, like actually like roasted potatoes. But all I'm saying, man, is like knowledge is power. And if you're feeling like crap a few days after like your cheat day, well, the reason why. So you can be eating healthy 6 days a week or 5 days a week, but remember, you got to pay the consequences anytime you do stuff. So I'm not perfect, but hey, what are you doing down there?
No avocado for dogs.
Really? No avocado for dogs? Why?
It's not good for them.
Really? So no chocolate, no avocados. I have a new special guest here. This is Miss Cocoa Bean Jr. the third. And oh, my little baby. She's a long-haired Chihuahua. No one knows that she is a Chihuahua. We do like a lot of tricks. We want to go on America's Got Talent. He has a fluffy tail. And we like to go shooting. So you just cock the head back. Or you can do more traditional Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yowls. Get down, get to the chopper. Or you can do a shotgun. But she loves it. And we like to do headstands here. See? Perfect. Good stuff. Or we can even do the bazooka. Oh, I almost forgot the trumpet. So in order to do a perfect trumpet, you have to get the little paw and put it in your mouth. So relax, baby. Okay. Oh. All right, so now it's time to get her some treats. All right, this is what we're talking about, high protein. This is a beefy piece of beef. Where do you get these from? Oh man. We got only organic blueberry treats. Here you go. It's very healthy. It's very fair trade. It's actually really good. I know it sounds weird, But I think they're like regular crackers, like just sugar and flour. Not good for me either, but oh well. All right, so we're also gonna break the fast with some high quality eggs.
So I like using a cast iron skillet because there's benefits with the cast iron skillet. You get more iron. It's not like Teflon, where you're gonna get Teflon in your food. So for me, personally, I like cooking on a cast iron skillet. We have our grass-fed butter here. Mix it up a little bit.
The firefighter special. Oh man, you're scraping the skillet though.
It's okay. These are, yeah, cast iron skillets are completely fine to scrape. These things are like bulletproof, not like Teflon.
Is there any risk of metals going into your body with skillets or this?
No, not the cast iron. They said that there is, you could, if you're deal with anemia, the cast iron skillet will actually help your the iron in your blood to increase.
Oh wow.
So leave that there.
Do you ever use Teflon anymore or no?
No, Teflon's not good. It's bad. We actually throw away all of our Teflon pans. This is our organic eggs, pasture raised.
Just from Costco brand, okay?
Yep, exactly. How many grams of protein here?
All right.
6 grams of protein per egg.
All right. Welcome to Joe's Kitchen. Very nice. Yeah, so Teflon, apparently a lot of the chemicals leach into your bloodstream and probably dysregulates a lot of your hormone balances.
Yeah.
An endocrine disruptor. That's what they mean by hormone imbalances. Hi, little Cocoa Bean Jr. Hello, Miss Cocoa Bean. You just waiting for your turn? Mm-hmm. So we're gonna break your fast too?
All right.
Waking and breaking. Next, we had the big boy, the salt. How much salt do you add? Real salt?
Just kind of eyeball it. Yeah, I like the Redmond's real salt. They're actually from Utah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Got the old Joseph Smith brand, huh? You guys didn't know that was a Mormon joke?
Just mix it around.
All right. I think you need to turn on the stove first. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so apparently my brother got these huge ass beef ribs. They don't even sell them in California. Where'd you get this from? This is Texas style?
I got them from a Restaurant Depot in California, but I feel like no restaurants in California has these dino ribs like Texas. I feel like you go to Texas, these dino ribs are everywhere.
Because everything's bigger in Texas.
That's good.
All right. All right, so speaking of diets, there is a certain diet called the carnivore diet that is just meat only meat.
So I actually did the carnivore diet for 6 months.
You did?
People thought I was crazy.
Yeah, they're like, oh my gosh, red meat's the worst for you. It's gonna add cholesterol. And they're finding out from American Heart Association that eating animal products does not do anything in terms of increasing your cholesterol in your heart health.
Seed oils, it's the carbohydrates, the refined sugar.
Yep, it's the sleep as well. It's your oral health. The plaque on your teeth actually directly correlates to the plaque on your arteries. I didn't know that.
But with carnivore, when I did it for 6 months, I never felt better. I mean, the mental clarity was insane. No crash. I still fasted, but when I broke my fast with red meat, I would generally break my fast with about a pound of red meat per day.
Dang.
And it felt amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So look at all that fat right there. Just natural fat that's not going to add any cholesterol. Contrary to popular belief, people still do the bro science. And the American Heart Association has known about this for years. But apparently either hasn't told the public or no one's listening. I don't know. Interesting. What was that guy's name? Peter...
Dr. Peter Anita?
No, the other one. Because his daughter was doing this diet for a long time. She's the one who popularized it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right, so we cut off all this juicy, succulent beef from this rib. Now we're gonna cook it up and serve it with our eggs, which again, everyone's like, stay away from eggs. Guys, it doesn't do anything for your cholesterol. So I'm really excited to throw this inside the skillet and see where we're at. All right, the only thing I would say that has controversy with meat is Dr. David Sinclair. He was saying that there's a certain compound called mTOR. And mTOR, he believes, is actually linked to increased risk for cancer. So personally, he only consumes meat once a week or on a treat basis. But the science is still kind of out there because I've heard conflicting studies with Pierre Diamantes and even supporters of the carnivore diet. So still there. What we do know, at least, is that cancer thrives in sugar environments, so high glucose, as well as high glutamine. And glutamine is an amino acid in most all proteins. So probably some evidence there. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh. Bam. All right, so we got the succulent beef, we got the organic eggs, and now we're gonna add some more salt, because salt makes everything better. It's funny because if you would talk to someone a few years ago, it would have been like, even probably now, doing the old science, they're like, what are you doing adding salt to everything and eating red meat and eating eggs? That's all cholesterol. You're gonna die of high blood pressure and high cholesterol. So, not anymore. The new science proves that wrong, right? All right, guys, now it's time to eat. We got our high protein. We already did the high oil with the olive oil. And what else? Coconut oil?
No, just well, we did a coconut oil with our coffee.
High fat.
Avocado, grass-fed butter with the eggs. And now we're gonna have some beef ribs here that I cooked yesterday. I actually smoked these ribs for 8 hours yesterday.
Now I'm gonna add some garlic aioli, avocado oil, more fats to some of this meat. I know I talk a lot about packaged items, but you know what? It's all good. We also have truffle mayo. The rule of thumb is you don't want to break your fast with high carbs like bread, rice, potatoes. You just want to introduce protein and fats to your diet so that you mitigate the sugar spike.
Dear God, thank you for this food. Thank you so much for blessing us. In your name, dear God, amen.
Amen. So much to be grateful for. What do you think?
Really good.
Man.
You see the smoke ring on here? See that pink? That's the smoke ring. You can tell it has good smoke. Good
Whoa.
bark.
Hold up to the camera, let's see.
Let's see. I don't think. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Nice smoke ring. Good bark on the outside.
Bam. The epithelial layer. Man, that's good. So we have a friend coming over who is also pregnant, just like my brother's wife, and she's going to be going to the cold plunge, just proving that it's safe for pregnant clients or pregnant people. I always use the word clients because being a nurse. Man, bomb. Come here, Cub. Come here. Come here. Man, you really got up the highlights for that one. There you go. All right, so next, after we broke the fast, is time for the supplements. So we're gonna go into what Joe takes based on his blood. They basically take your blood and they match supplements for you?
Yeah, so basically my doctor does blood work and was able to tell what I'm deficient in. And based off of my blood work, she prescribed specific supplements. And what's really cool is I'm actually able to see a change in my blood work, and the areas I was deficient in is increasing. So I'm gonna walk you guys through it.
Did you actually feel different? Or...
Yeah, I do. Okay guys, so getting ready to break my 18-hour fast. I've been using this app called Zero Fasting for the last 7 years. I like it because it helps keep me accountable and something psychologically when I press my button when I'm done eating. So typically I'm done eating earliest as possible, so like 5:30 p.m. would be optimal for me. Usually between 5 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. realistically, but something psychologically when I hit my button on the Zero Fasting app, I don't know, it just tells me like, hey, I'm done eating, gonna start fasting, and it helps me out. I typically fast about 16 to 18 hours, about 5 days a week. I take 2 days off, but yeah, here's Zero Fasting. I like it, it's pretty cool. Over the last 7 years, I'm able to see all my data. So I have an average fast of 17 hours. You see all my days during the week. Last week I was on vacation, so that's why there's a lot of areas that are not green. But I have no affiliation to this fasting app, and I have logged 1,701 fasts.
Damn, Daddy.
Pretty cool.
So once again, there's the Zero app. My brother's been using it religiously for the past few years. Because remember, whatever goes untracked goes unmeasured, and you want to measure your progress. So use it if you're just starting fasting or if you've been experienced fasting, and let us know what you think about it.
Man, I gotta tell you, breaking my fast with fats instead of carbs and sugar, it's like a rocket fuel for my brain. Brain gets lit on fire.
How do you feel right now?
I love it, it's great. The best part about breaking my fast with like fats and proteins instead of carbs and sugar is I don't feel a crash.
So you, after you break your fast, you usually feel like there's a
Lethargic.
huge food baby in your stomach.
I almost like don't look forward to breaking my fast because I know that I'm gonna crash, but breaking it with fats and proteins, zero crash, and it's crazy what it is like to your brain. It just makes it feel like it's on fire.
Yeah, we used to do it wrong in the past. Like just eat like a huge meal, a lot of carbs, a lot of really whatever we want, high protein, high fats, just basically well balanced. That's what everyone says, right? Fats, protein, and carbs. But man, once you go with oils, we didn't even eat that much. It was just a few eggs. That was a lot of beef, but it wasn't a crazy ton.
Maybe like 4 ounces each.
We
maybe
shared a
6
rib,
ounces,
yeah. And then
half
just
an avocado.
Oil. Do you feel full or do you feel?
No, I feel great. I feel just right.
Yeah, I don't feel too hungry. I don't feel too full. Usually when I go out to eat, like with the family or friends, after I'm fasting for a long time, I eat a huge meal because that's what everyone's doing. And man, I feel so bloated, so disgusting, and just like crap. No, I was kidding. But like a huge meatball, really. And I feel really tired after. So I'm gonna start doing this way more often. I mean, I got off the bandwagon, but remember, no one's perfect. You go in ebbs and you go in flows, highs and lows, just like the waves, you know? So don't be too hard on yourself because you're on your own health journey and a little bit of progress is better than no progress. All right, so today, Joe, we're going to be talking about your vitamins. We just had broken our fast, and so now you take your vitamins.
Yeah, so this is part of my morning routine. After I break my fast, I'll take my supplements. Now, these supplements are 100% based off of my blood work. So these are vitamins and supplements that I was deficient in. So one of them, which I never knew until I started getting my blood work done, was pregnenolone. So I take 100 milligrams, which is 1 tablet of this. Next one is CoQ10. So I was also deficient in CoQ10. I take 100 milligrams as well, 1 tablet. And then I do this Active B Trio, which is a vitamin B12 supplement. Yep.
What's Active B Trio?
So it has vitamin B12. It also has vitamin B6. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank there. I do 2 of these. So this is about 1,300 micrograms of vitamin B6.
Dang.
Next up is my fish oils. So I do every day 5,000 milligrams of omega-3 fish oils. And the good part about this is that 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with elevated cholesterol levels. I was about 10 to 11 points over the normal range. And my doctor wanted to put me on statins. This is my prior doctor, general practitioner. I said, absolutely not. I'm not going on
fired.
not going on statins. I did fire that doctor, and I now have a wellness doctor.
No, it's funny because I still remember when you came home all pissed off and flustered because you're like, this guy had the nerve, because my brother's he's a firefighter. He works out the most intense guy that I've known. And I do have a lot of fit friends. He fasts like crazy. And the doctor had the audacity, right, to tell him like, hey, maybe you should do some diet and exercise to lower your cholesterol. And he's like, first off, watch your mouth. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that, but.
Yeah, so true story. Yeah, it was an eye-opener for me. That was about 4 years ago. And at the time, he didn't recommend fish oils, but like Dr. Anna Patrick, Thomas DeLauer, Ben Greenfield, who I follow, they all recommend fish oils. So yeah, so I take 5 grams, which is 5,000 milligrams.
5 grams?
Yeah. I have no affiliation with any of these brands, but
this is the one we use.
This one is good. I have basically my whole family on it. They auto ship it every few months. It's a really good deal. Next up, I have my zinc. So even though it says 30 milligrams, I actually do 50. So this is my second bottle, my second one I bought, but I do 50 milligrams every day.
So 50 milligrams of zinc. And so zinc, as you guys know, regulates your estrogen levels. We just got our blood drawn for low testosterone. We don't have the results yet, but if you're on testosterone, or if you just need to get your estrogen levels regulated, for example, guys with high estrogen can get these man tits, or basically gynecomastia, man boobs. And so zinc will actually help you naturally regulate it without going on an estrogen blocker, which is amazing. I just learned that today. I was like, wow. Wait, okay, so circling back, why do they think you had high cholesterol? Because you're pretty healthy.
I don't know why. I mean, it could be predisposed to. Mom has high cholesterol. It could be.
I heard if your testosterone was too high, if you're supplementing too much, your testosterone can.
Yeah, that's possible, but the problem is that at that time I wasn't taking testosterone.
Oh,
so
snap.
I don't know. But the good news is I have it under control, and thank goodness for these omega-3s.
When was the last time you got it checked?
I got it checked July 11th.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was good?
Yeah, I've been good
snap.
ever since I started high dosing omega-3s.
Did they try to tell you like, oh, eat fiber and?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, flaxseed. But I mean, there's controversy with flaxseed because they say that flaxseed has estrogen in it.
Really?
So I kind of stay away from it. Yeah, if you Google flaxseed and estrogen.
So Dr. Gundry is basically the doctor that talks about your gut microbiome and how your gut is your second brain. He was saying anything in a seed or a husk, for example, whole wheat, flax seeds, if it still has the husk on it, and even tomatoes, they can actually deteriorate your gut lining, leading to leaky gut, more bloating, more brain fog, and just ruin your gut microbiome. So he recommends to stay away from flax seeds, but if they're dehusked, then you're okay. But it's funny because everyone has said like, you know, eat your whole wheat grains, eat your flaxseed, eat your tomatoes, they're really good for you. But we're finding out that a lot of this old science or this bro science in the past is actually leading to a lot of detriment today.
So here we go. Here's my supplement for the morning. I do take supplements at night. I do a 5-HGP and also
DHEA?
Yes, thank you.
That's the one?
Which both I was deficient in for my blood work, but here we go.
Oh, so you're gonna take it all like that?
And that's it.
What? Dang. One bite, everyone knows the rules? All right, that is all she wrote. All right, guys, thanks for joining us for another episode of Biohacking Kitchen with my brother, co-host Joe Linares, the firefighter. And don't forget to be awesome.